Manly is both an oceanside and harbourside suburb of Sydney. The best way to travel between Manly and Sydney is on the Manly Ferry. I'm at Manly Wharf and just called the Manly Ferry to Circular Quay, going right across Sydney Harbour, and I can tell you right now from my experience, this is one of the best ferry journeys in the world. Absolutely superb. The Manly Ferry service started in 1855 and is a most relaxing way to reach Circular Quay in Sydney. On a sunny day like today, it is just a fabulous trip. Over there is Sydney Heads, the entrance to Sydney Harbour, and what a glorious introduction that entry is to Sydney. While Sydney, and particularly Manly, is famous for its surf beaches, Sydney also has many harbour beaches, and over there is Balmoral. That's my favourite Sydney harbour beach because I lived there, I was brought up there, and it is just such a clean and great place to swim. Sitting inside the Manly Ferry is very comfortable. If you sit outside, you get a much better view. It gets very windy at times, and when you cross the heads, when that swell comes in, it can get very rocky, and that is kind of exciting. As you near Bradley's Head, you begin to see the very first signs of Sydney City, and it is enormous. We made the journey off-peak on a weekday when it was quiet, but on the weekend, Sydney Harbour is filled with yachts and boats of all sorts. It really does come to life. When you turn right past Bradley's Head, that's when you start to see Sydney Harbour in all of its glory. Yes, that's what most people come to Sydney to see, the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge just complementing each other. When you reach Fort Denison, or Pinchgut as it's also known, you know that you are close to Circular Quay and the end of your journey, and of course, there you are, you pass the magnificent Sydney Opera House before turning into Circular Quay for the end of your voyage. This is definitely the best view you'll get of Sydney as you enter Circular Quay. It's also where major ocean liners berth when they come to Sydney. The journey is almost completed, and there you are, right in the very heart of Sydney. And have enjoyed one of the best ferry rides in the entire world. As you exit at Circular Quay, now you can really enjoy the rest of Sydney, one of the world's greatest cities.